boy Marksburg, Slim, coming live from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, this is Coach Beatty Waddell, West Mac High School.
I'm Doug Rashid. I'm a Grammy-nominated record producer.
Hey, I'm LaKoya McClain. I used to be known as inmate 1570847.
Hey, my name is Lydia. I'm a social injustice activist.
Hey, it's Danielle E. Brown, songwriter and artist, and we're rocking with Grandosiá TV.
What's up, everybody? This is Sumner from the Sumner Group, and also the head coach of Belmont Middle School, and we are on here rocking with Grandosiá TV.
Welcome back to another great show on Grandosiá TV. I have here with my man, Pat Sumner of the Sumner Group, come to talk to y'all about NIL deals. But before we do that, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button, run them likes up. Make sure you hit the notification bell so when we go live, you get all the up-to-date interviews and shows that we do. With that being said, Pat, what's been going on, man?
Not much, man. Getting ready to start coaching middle school again. You know about that?
Oh yeah, man. That's a crazy time of year around here. A lot of work.
Corner.
Yes, it is. A lot of work, a lot of hard time, a lot of game planning for the middle school kids, man. Mm-hmm. But you the defending champions, though. You got a bullseye on your back.
Yeah, I think I've made that for myself last year. I had a good time coaching. It was a really fun season, up and down. I had a couple losses, and kind of took those teams back on. We lost to Greer in Southwest in regular season.
Yep.
And then played Greer in the first game playoff, and played Southwest in championship. Undefeated Southwest team, and got to get some revenge.
It looked like from the videos I saw, it felt good to get that back. Because when y'all won it, I know the celebration of winning the championship was huge, but when y'all won it, y'all celebrated. Y'all celebrated like, what's up? Especially your assistant coach. He really went in.
Bummy?
Yep.
Yeah, Bummy's a good kid. He's wears his passion on his sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
He loves it for the kids, but there was just a lot of talk going on Facebook and stuff, and you don't think that'd be that serious, but it was a lot from guys that I know, boom, boom.
Yep.
Love you, but we played AAU together and just guys just talking. Like, there's no way Belmont can win. There's no way. And Southwest was very talented.
Very, yes.
And they got a good coach, and Coach Rhodes knows what he's doing, a lot of connections, knows the game, but people were just talking on Facebook, like just Belmont had no chance, and they're not well coached, and they don't know what they're doing, and it meant a lot for me to win. And then when Phil Ford walked in the gym and hugged me, wished me good luck, I was like, all right, now we gotta.
The great Phil Ford from Carolina.
Win. Yeah, we gotta win that one. So it did feel very good to get one for Belmont. I think it's been like 15 years. The last time they won was 2007, and we've been to 5 straight. So that was our first win. So
wow.
Yeah. So. Belmont somehow brings out a lot of talent, man. I don't know what it is, but they got basketball talent.
Yeah, I have football talent, too. I have basketball talent. Yep. Belmont is a
football town.
100%. But y'all do in the middle school ranks bring out a lot of great basketball. High school doing well, too. So if anybody thinking about moving down to North Carolina to the Belmont area,
come on down.
There you go. You got your coach right here as well. Not only is he a coach, he also is a family-run organization?
Yeah. So my family runs a full-service marketing and advertising agency right down the road,
Main
Street.
So if you're a smart individual that comes to Belmont, not only do you get a coach, but you also get somebody in the long run that can help you out in your marketing skills of being an athlete or athletics?
Or just business in general.
Or business in general.
Yeah, we do marketing for businesses, hospitals, lawyers.
Okay.
And then I do stuff for college athletes. Dontavius Nash is one of my clients. So.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's huge. Mm-hmm. So the big question is that I have been asked about, and I said when I found out what you do as well, after me and you was talking throughout the season of last year, the big thing on the table now for athletes is a thing called the NIL.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what is an NIL? What it stands for? What is it? And how is it beneficial to modern day athletes?
Ooh. So it stands for name, image, and likeness.
Uh-huh.
So it means that athletes can make money off endorsing a brand or just using their name, image, and likeness to endorse a brand.
Okay.
So if Dontavius wanted to get paid for, say, Gatorade want to use him as one of their athletes now. He want to be in their commercials and stuff. They can do that. He's allowed to do that. He just can't use any of the school's trademarks or logos or anything like that.
So he can't wear like the uniform, the Carolina stuff.
You
It's
get to take
all
the
on
logo
him.
off.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's all on him.
He can say he plays for the University of North Carolina, but he can't have the gear on.
So, from your standpoint and in your mind, how is that a big game changer now? Because, all right, first I ask this question right here. Which market is bigger? Is the football market of college big for NIL, or is it basketball?
I think right now it's college football,
Okay.
and then basketball is second, and then oddly women's volleyball is third.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Women's volleyball, like women's volleyball, I think soccer, because they know that most men are going to look at their Instagram profiles. They have a lot of followers, so they get girls in shorts to endorse their products.
And volleyball, I ain't gonna lie.
Volleyball's fun to watch.
Volleyball's fun to watch, but them shorts them girls be wearing, oh my God. I don't know how many of y'all don't
No
watch
comment.
volleyball out here. Right. I don't know how many of y'all don't watch volleyball out here, but man, go check out women's volleyball. You won't be disappointed in the sport. You won't be disappointed at all. So, with that being said, with football being the highest paid, how is that working out now? Because you've seen the quarterback from North Carolina, they quote unquote said he was offered $5 million to leave Carolina. So what's the rules and regulations of the NIL deal? Like, who's entitled to them? Is it anybody on the team?
Yep,
Is it a star player? How's that working?
Anybody's entitled to a deal. It's not easy to get deals.
Okay.
I would not have been hung up on like 100 times. People saying I'm not interested, I don't care. Marketing is not smart. Using college athletes not smart, but anyone's entitled to them. The biggest rule is you can't use the school's trademark and logos.
Gotcha.
The other rule is players can't endorse gambling or anything with alcohol or cigarettes or anything like that.
Because they're underage, or what's the reason for that?
I just don't think the NCAA wants them endorsing.
Okay.
Even if they're above age, they can't do that, I don't think. And, I mean, everything's got to be, usually they do it through checks or cash, something like that. We can do it through apps. And there's got to be some type of endorsement from them. They can't just, give them $5,000 for no reason.
So they actually got to show up to work.
Yeah, they got to do something.
Okay.
And the other thing is schools can't use it for recruiting tactics. They're not supposed to, but
Well,
I mean, we know that
we know some of the bigger schools.
Yeah, definitely are. But my main thing is I make sure my athletes do something in return to make their money. So,
Gotcha.
for instance, Papa Johnson got a car from a dealership here in Gastonia.
Mm-hmm.
He has to post every now and then about the car going to the Gastonia dealership. And also he's going to go do an autograph session at GMC Chevrolet up there on Wilkinson.
Okay.
And we're going to do a free throw shooting contest with him. So that's what he's doing in favor of letting him have the car for as long as he's at UNC.
Okay.
So they have to do something in return to get their money. And I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Gotcha.
Because I am in marketing. So,
Gotcha.
I think they got to do something.
So with marketing, you say you market not only for athletes, but you do it for business as well.
Mm-hmm.
Here in the last couple of years, it seems like the digital marketing age has really picked up and jumped. How has that helped you in business?
We were kind of behind a little bit digital. We're a traditional marketing agency.
Okay.
And I remember my dad sitting us all down about 4 or 5 years ago saying, we got to get the ball rolling. I mean, people are starting to market more on Facebook, on YouTube. Now even streaming. Advertising is big on streaming. So it's helped a lot. I think people jumped on it too much at first.
Gotcha.
Thinking that, let's only go digital. But, I mean, TV, billboards, never going to go away.
True.
But I think digital marketing is massive. That's why I tell most of these businesses that I'm dealing with. I mean, we're doing one right now with Cedric Gray and Armando with this orthodontist in Chapel Hill, Carborough area that we're shooting some videos for them about going through the Invisalign process and stuff. And their videos are going to go all over Facebook and YouTube. And
Gotcha.
so that's just digital marketing. You know what I mean? Just a lot of people are going to see that. A lot of people don't watch TV anymore. Usually they watch stuff on their phones, Netflix, YouTube TV. They're scrolling on Instagram. So that's kind of the big change, especially for my parents who came from the old school generation. They're not used to that kind of stuff, but now I think they're ahead of the curve on doing digital marketing and stuff like that.
So what's some of the history behind the company of the Sumner Group?
My dad started and my mom with 1988, I believe, when he started. His first office, I can't even remember. I think it was on New Hope.
Okay.
I think. And then he bought the historic Love Building, which is right across from right on Main Street. It's right across from the old Tequilas.
Yes.
What is now Viva Tequilas.
Okay.
Right across the street.
Okay.
So we started, and then been growing ever since. I mean, I was in one of his first ads in the newspaper. He has it all over the wall, but I was in a diaper. But
The joys.
yeah, oh yeah, seeing that every day is great. But now we're full service. I mean, we do specialties. So if somebody wanted T-shirts with their logo printed on it, we can do stuff like that for them.
Okay.
We produce commercials for a hospital all the way out in New Bern, North Carolina.
Okay.
We have clients in Greenville, Gastonia, Charlotte. We had some in Arkansas. I mean, we're all over the place. Just trying to grow, man. That's the big goal, is to grow.
Grow. So did you always know going through school? I know you played basketball yourself. Did you always know that was something that you wanted to do if basketball came to an end?
Yeah, just because I was around it so much, and I like being with my family. I actually enjoy working with my family.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
really
different.
Yeah, it's tough. It's not easy.
Gotcha.
Because my dad was my basketball coach until about 7th grade. So it's actually until about 10th grade on the AAU side. But it's difficult. We have our battles, but it's tough to see your dad as a boss, not as a dad. So when he yells at me, I might roll my eyes. And if he did that, if I did that to my AD at my school, I'd probably get fired.
Right.
You know, or if I was working somewhere at the mall and my boss said do something, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of difficult, but we figured it out.
So how do y'all separate? Like, how do you separate when it's time to get off the clock? How do it separate?
Well, my mom and dad work together. They never separate. They're together 24 hours, which is, I don't know how they do it. But I go to dinner at their house like once, twice a week. And then just, I mean, other than that, I'm doing my own thing after work.
Gotcha,
But
okay.
It's just, I mean, I enjoy working with the family.
Gotcha.
I don't ever want him to retire. You know, I enjoy working with him. So
Now, if he does retire, doesn't that mean doors may open more?
well, I mean, I'm hoping if anything happens, he'll take a step back and we'll kind of switch roles.
Okay.
But I don't know if I could ever be in charge of him. I can't see that. I can't see him taking directions from me.
Gotcha.
He's a wonderful boss. I mean, you got to know him to work with him.
Okay.
Like one of my best friends who grew up with me runs our specialty division,
Okay.
which is like pins, T-shirts, and he hired him because he knows that he can handle my dad. He knows how my dad works and operates, and you know, he's a different beast.
Gotcha.
You got to understand how to roll with him.
Gotcha. Now, for all the marketing people out here, all these marketing gurus, what's your go-to thing when it comes to marketing? Like, what's your, you know, everybody got their own opinions on how you supposed to market.
Mm-hmm.
But what is one of the number one things that you suggest in marketing when a company is trying to get started?
Oh, build a big brand, nice brand first, like logo. Build a good-looking brand.
Okay.
We've had clients that want to come to us and say, hey, I mean, we want to become the biggest whatever this is, you know, in the county. How can we do it? Well, what does your brand look like? We got to redo your brand. The brand doesn't look good. You know, the logo doesn't look good. The position line doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't look very good.
Gotcha.
That's the first thing I would say is getting your brand right. I think we're the best at that in the business.
Gotcha.
We've done it for so many different companies. The Show Museum, GSM Services here in town, Carolina East, which is the hospital out in New Bern.
Okay.
I think just getting your brand right and being patient. You got to be patient with marketing. You're not just going to put an ad out there and, you know,
Come back.
you're going to have an ROI within 24 hours.
Okay.
I think just being patient and understand it's a process to market.
Because that's the one, I think, the biggest thing that when people come and ask me questions or come on the show and talk about it, that's the number one thing, like artists or entertainers or, you know, this ball players, period, are having trouble with. So what's some of the no-nos that you would tell somebody to stay away from?
A company or like an athlete?
Just both.
For an athlete, just anything dumb. I tell my athletes all the time, like, just please be smart. Like,
Gotcha.
please be. And my guys from Carolina, Puff Johnson, who plays on the basketball team, phenomenal kid, like no issues. Cedric Gray, same way. Phenomenal kid, no issues. Dontavius, same thing. I've never had an issue with Dontavius at all. Holton Ahlers, he's the quarterback at East Carolina. Phenomenal kid, no issues. I always tell them, like, look, if you want your brand to be big, you can't have any mishaps. I mean, businesses don't want to partner with somebody who has mishaps. It is what it is.
Gotcha.
That's how the business world works. I mean, I'm sure you've seen Dion talk about that Colorado.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
He was talking about facial hair and tattoos and stuff. I mean, he was going off about it. It's the truth. It is what it is. It might not be right. We might not always agree with it, but all my athletes I can vouch for. And I mean, businesses are a little bit different. We wouldn't go into business with some. You know, somebody came to us and said, we do our marketing, for instance, of a strip club. I don't think my mom would allow my dad to do that. You know? I think my mom would step in and say, No.
Right.
But I think just the morals behind everything. You got to have good morals. We try to align with companies that are kind of the same moral beliefs. But I think the last thing is just I try to make an impact in these kids' lives. That's my biggest thing. Not just middle school, but also my college athletes. I don't want to be a business partner. I want to be a friend at the end that's there with them when they take that big moment in their life, whether it's getting drafted or having a kid or whatever. They can just say thank you for what you did. And I think I'm trying to let them know I'm trying to build your brand.
Gotcha.
So you can have a logo. Like you saw Ja finally has his logo. That's something I want to give these guys in college, that they have a logo and it looks good. And that's kind of my goal for this, is be bigger than a business partner and be a friend.
Be a friend. That makes sense.
My guy Debo down in South Carolina, he's a linebacker. Awesome kid. Came from Delaware, transferred down to South Carolina. He's doing great things. He's a really good kid too. Like he really loves the grind and loves it, and we're pushing for NIL deals. But it's not as easy as you would think, man. Businesses aren't jumping all over like I thought they would.
I would have thought that'd have been like a cent. Well, do college towns jump on it though?
Really? I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if because I call and they're like, yeah, I'm not really interested. And I'm like, you're telling me for under $1,000 a month, you don't want a kid who has 45,000 followers and who has a bigger reach than that because he's a football player on your Instagram channel saying, hey, man, come check out Susie's Cupcakes in downtown Columbia, or, come check out Bob's Burgers in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. This is Cedric Gray. That's just for me, it's just so easy.
Right.
If I owned a small business, I know we have one, we're in marketing, so if I owned a restaurant or something, I'd easily give one of these players X amount to endorse my business.
Gotcha.
I reached out to Reese's Puff cereal for Puff Johnson.
That would make so much sense.
Perfect partnership.
Yeah.
But haven't heard back from him. But I'm trying. Yeah. I'm working on it.
As long as you keep pushing it out
I'm not scared to ask.
That's the biggest thing.
Not scared to ask.
Well, I told somebody before, and this is my belief, because I have 2 kids that play football. And right now, for social media purposes, I don't really use their names. I was told you should probably use more of their names, like at who they are. But right now, I use their number. Just because, they're young, underage, stuff like that.
Kids.
But is it a bad idea to try to build a brand now with your kids so when they get to the level of college, they can reach out to somebody like yourself? Or what would you tell people about that?
It's not a bad idea at all. I've had a couple people reach out to me about my kids in high school. How can you help them? And I don't know all the states. I don't want to say on the record here, but there are some states that allow high school kids to have NIL deals. I think North Carolina's in the works.
Okay.
I think, but I don't think it's a bad idea to build your brand at all. Nothing wrong with having a logo and having a brand about yourself. But again, it's all how you carry yourself. Gotcha. When you're in high school, not everybody's the best in high school, middle school. I made a lot of dumb mistakes when I was in high school, middle school. So, when you look at somebody like LeBron, he's had a brand forever. That's just something that he's built up, and his brand has been great. But I think you can definitely get into NIL and just your brand in general. Even if you don't want to do NIL, forget sports. You want to do something else. These artists and stuff. You want to have a brand that's reputable, and I think that's really important. So, I think the younger you start, the better.
Gotcha.
As long as you have your head screwed on right.
That's the key thing, and the mistakes gonna come. So when a mistake do come with an athlete, what's that hard conversation you got to have with them?
Well, you don't have any wood, but knock on a chair. I haven't had that problem yet, but I think that's the good part about our firm is I would be their PR guy as well. Okay. So I don't want to be an agent. That's something I want to be a marketing guy who can handle the PR, handle the stuff that comes out. But it's right now. I think it's not that hard because they're contained in college a little bit.
Gotcha.
They have those coaches around them. They have people around them to help them out. But my thing would just, it's not really my place. That's not. I feel like that'd be more of a dad thing to say, but just smack their head as a friend. Like, what are you doing? Man?
Right.
What is the? There was a guy the NFL draft 3 years ago that had the weed thing on. He was inhaling through the sign. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, you have so much money in front of you. What are you doing?
And you better throw it away. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, especially Miles Bridges. Yeah, man.
You had money on the table, and now it's gone. So,
do they ever make you cringe when you watch professional athletes mess up the money, mess up a payday?
The Miles Bridges thing, I couldn't believe.
Right.
Not a Hornets guy. I'm a Miami Heat fan, but I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And that was just like, what are you doing?
Crazy.
Man, that much money, I'd be in this garage just hanging out every day. I can't imagine how tough that is, though. The people you have around you, if you're from a small town, the friends that want to come up with you, the things you want to do, I can't even imagine what they go through every day. And going from making nothing to
Millions.
Millions of dollars in
Yeah.
a matter of a day. It's got to be rough.
Got to, because you go from not having anything, and it's the thing too. And I probably think y'all do this at the Sumner Group. It's the education for me, because some of these kids get money. Let's think about what's his name, Bryce Young from Alabama. They say his freshman year he made $5 million. Yo, you 18 with
18 years
$5
old.
million.
I can't even imagine.
Right. All the stuff you can get into. And look at Shador Sanders. Now, granted, he's a little different because his daddy always had and probably taught him different. But with Shador Sanders, he's making a whole lot of money. And I said, I can only imagine, man, this thing about 18, you trying to keep your head on straight, you trying to keep your grades right. You know you got the women or whoever coming for you, got the guys coming for you or whatever. That's got to be a hard job.
Making $5 million on top of that?
Yes.
I remember getting money for my graduation party. People were giving me gift cards, like $2,500. I'm thinking, man, what am I going to do with this? This is a lot of money.
Right.
I can't imagine signing a contract for $5 million because somebody wants to use my name, image, and likeness.
What took so long, though? Like, what took so long to get to this point?
There are some issues. Like, it's the wild, wild west.
Okay.
Nobody knows what's going on right now. And
Okay.
I'm sure if you asked Dontavius Nash, he'd say the same thing. I mean, schools, teams, NCAA's got to figure something out.
Gotcha.
I mean, the whole Drake May thing to me, that's questionable. Like, he said he wasn't offered money, but other people were saying he was. I'm sure schools might not have said, hey, if you come here, you'll get $5 million. But I'm sure in some way they said, hey, we can help you out if you come to Belmont Middle School. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think they got to figure that part out. And I think they, I think it was the most fair way because now everyone can make money. I don't think giving each player a salary would have been fair because, how do you pay a women's golfer? How do you pay, a volleyball player compare? How do you? Right. So I think NIL is fair. I just think there are some loopholes they got to figure out. And it's going to take some time.
Some big ones. I just hope they don't figure it out no time soon. Because I don't think, sometimes when the NCAA step in, they make it worse.
Oh,
so I think by having it open like where it is, it's not perfect, but you can okay, the only thing you can step in and say is, okay, you can't, if you're on a scholarship, you can't offer somebody under scholarship money. Now, if you hit the transfer portal, that's different.
That's my big deal. If you have a player at a school, you cannot come to him and say, hey, we'll pay you $20 million to come to Alabama if he's already enrolled at
the school.
Duke. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
If he says, it's like NBA, you can't talk to a player unless he's in free agency. That's tampering.
Right.
So, they have to figure that out.
Definitely.
Because I know what's going on.
Definitely.
100%
Now, do any colleges ever reach out to you guys when y'all are helping a kid get NIL deals? How did that work?
I had a basketball coach from, I can't remember where we reached out. Just asked me how it worked. And it was right when we started. And he was like, I just want my players to have somebody. Can you come meet with us and stuff like that?
Gotcha.
Because they didn't understand it.
Okay.
But I can't remember where it was. I was in the middle of middle school basketball season, so I was I'm so busy. It sounds so dumb, but
right.
And it was a really small school, and I think most of the time, small schools want to get into it, but it's really hard for them to. Because would you rather have a UNC Charlotte basketball player represent your business? That's no disrespect to UNC Charlotte, but would you rather have, a Duke basketball player represent your business? But
normally Duke because of the national brand.
It's tougher for smaller schools because they don't have that same brand that Duke basketball has. But also the price
money
difference is
a
little bit different. So we had one or two schools reach out and ask. Parents reach out and ask if I can help their son or daughter. But it's not as easy as people think. I thought it'd be an easy sell. I thought if I called Tequilas and said, hey, Papa Johnson wants to autograph signing at your place, for $1,000.
Right.
They might be like, I don't really need to do that. And I'm like, you're going to have people at your door, man, knocking down the door.
And that's bringing more money your way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it either. Like you say, you telling me something new right now. I just thought this thing was just simple, cut and dry. Let's go get it done. I did hear at one time some schools alum was kind of setting things up for people as well. Yep. Is that still a true thing?
Yeah, they're doing. So this actually is legal. It's collective bargaining. So they pretty much put a pot in, and people can just put the stuff in, and players will come do autograph signings at certain schools or certain businesses, if that makes sense. So they'll just do appearances and stuff, and they get of that lump sum. But I don't know how well that's working.
Gotcha.
I don't know how well it's worked. I'm not sure. I know I've seen some collective bargainings have not made very much money at all.
Gotcha. Now, if they would ask you what was your spend on NILs, what would you tell them to help benefit it for the athlete?
It is. Are you asking? Is it beneficial for the athlete?
No, I'm saying what would you tell them if somebody came to you and said, "Hey, Pat, you've been working with athletes, you've been reaching out. What can we do to make this process easier?" What would you tell them?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, it's not hard, I don't think, to get in contact with businesses. I would just say, the player schedule is so tough to get in contact with the athlete because they're so busy all the time. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Just always doing something. But I would say educating the athletes, like the school. I know they have, but I would say, I mean, honestly, having a sit down once a year with the parents and the athletes, saying, "This is what happens. These are some available guys you can go to in the area who can help you."
Gotcha.
I mean, just getting these guys some help. That's
Gotcha.
why when I meet with the parents, I tell them, I'm here to help your son focus on whatever sport he's in classes. I'll handle the marketing side. Like, y'all don't worry about that. Any calls you get, any messages, send them to me, and I'll take the pressure off of them.
Okay.
Because that can't be fun in your DMs every 10 minutes. Hey, we're a brand. So I think just educating the guys and also educating the schools and the coaches.
Gotcha.
Because I've heard some coaches say, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what NIL is really about. I think they're figuring it out now.
As
but
time goes. How you don't know? You a college coach. How you don't know this?
I think it was just so new for them. And I don't think some coaches want to know. I think some coaches want to be like, I want to focus on basketball and whatever. But, yeah.
But you gotta build that brand. Because I think now with recruiting, if you don't have some I mean, look at Ohio State. If you don't have money to the side, or one thing I watched with this recruiting class of high school football players going into college, they was trying to see who's gonna offer them the most money.
Oh, of course, 100%. That's also one of the negative sides that people think. I mean, if I was coming out of high school and I had, Colorado, NC State, Cal, UNC, and Harvard, and they were all like, "Hey, we have a lot of alum here, 1 million, 4, 6." I'm thinking, I'm gonna take the one that has the most money. I mean, which might not be smart, could not be a good fit, but
right.
If they're offering $4 million to $1 million, I'm probably going to whoever's offering the more money.
I need that $4 million
because it doesn't have to be the school. It could be a donor at the school that's like, "Hey, man, like I've heard you're a great athlete. I want you to play basketball here. I own 10 car dealerships in the area. I'll give you a car and also $5,000 a month on top of that." Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
This other guy, "Hey, I own a tech company in New York. I'd love just drop in some ads for me on social media once a week, and I'll pay you $1 million for 4 years you're here."
That sounds
I'm
great
going
too.
to school. Yeah, that's all they have to do is, hey, do some social media ads, appear on our billboards, and
that's it.
Yeah, but see, I think that's okay to me. If you're gonna use them as a marketing person, then fine. But
I mean that sounds smooth. That's one thing that in the space that I'm in. Hopefully, I can get my kids on that level. Hopefully, my kids' talent will rise and shine and be on that level to go to college. And that's one thing that education is key. The whole reason for starting this show is to educate the viewers. And so I love that you want to educate them on that about what NILs are, because I think a lot of people just look at the money, but they don't know like the work that go behind it. Because Dion came out and said, you got people doing NILs, but they ain't really doing no work.
Right. That's one of the problems people have with it. And I've told my guys, like, if we're gonna do something,
got to do it.
Post. I mean, I'll text them, "Hey, you got to post today. Today's the day you're supposed to post about this. Today's the day you're supposed to post about that." Like, "Yo, I'm busy." I'm like, "Well, then let's find a day, next couple of days to do it," because the business is asking. And I tell the businesses, if we say we're going to do 3 posts a month, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it, because I think that's the way some guys are getting away with it. Like, "Hey, yeah, you're going to post for us, and then here's your $25,000.
Gotcha.
And then they do 1 post. But I think make sure my athletes, because it helps their brand.
It just help build them on, because you got to do it when you get to the next level, anyways. So, what is something that the Sumner Group looking for in the athlete when y'all go to represent them? What is the qualities that y'all need for that athlete to have if they looking to sign on with you guys?
First off, just a good person is what somebody I can like talk to and be friends with. I mean, that's how Puff and I hit it off. Just a good kid. Fun to be around. Cedric's the same way. His mom came to me and we started talking. He's fun to be around. all my athletes are that way though. They're all just I can hang out with them. Like I went down to Columbia, hung out with Debo for a whole day. We got lunch, just hung out. I mean, he's just easy to be around. But so that's my first thing: easy to be around. You're willing to work hard, and also you don't think you'll become a millionaire overnight.
Okay.
I've had guys hitting me up like, "Hey, make me a millionaire," and I'm like, "Dude, you're a third string linebacker." But like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's tough to do. Like, you gotta, and it's not scared to post. It's not scared to like do stuff for businesses. Okay. Some of the guys are like, "Yeah, I don't really want to do that," and I'm like, "They're offering you $5,000. Like that could be a good deal if you just make a post." Is
that $5,000 a month, or that $5,000 is for that one time?
Just one time post.
Okay, I mean that's simple.
Some guys don't want to post. I get that. You don't want your feed to look like an advertisement, but look at Armando Baycott. He's killing it. Mm-hmm. That's one of my guys. He's a nice guy. You know, I don't represent him, but
that's the center for Carolina.
He's smart. He's taking good deals and making good money.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think a lot of guys are also nervous that you start losing, and guess what people are going to start saying?
You're too busy.
I saw Armando's feed after they lost, and hey, man, you care more about NILs and you do basketball, and that's not true. I mean, these posts don't take, 2 minutes out of your day.
Right.
I mean, that's like me saying if I came on here, once a week and met with you for 45 minutes, and the Sumner Group lost an account, is that why, or is it something I just enjoy doing? You know what I mean? It's something I enjoy doing. It's not a big deal.
Right.
So I think players are also a little worried that if they don't perform up the standards, then fans are going to start blaming them. You know how fans are.
It's almost like that Baker Mayfield effect. When he had all the progressive interviews and commercials, and then he started losing, it's like, all right, well, he ain't playing well now because he's too busy in commercials. Mm-hmm. And like you say, I mean, that's to a point. That's not true. It's just the team ain't playing well. He's not the only person on the team. He just happened to be the one that got all the commercials. I mean,
but I think NIL is a great opportunity. If I was in college, I would pounce on any account I could, anything I could. If somebody came and said, make a post about our business for here's $1,000, okay. Look at the king of NIL. He's a kid out of he used to play football. Now he does track. I can't remember what school it is, but he has had like 500 deals. I mean, just he doesn't. Yeah, he's not even. I mean, a big time athlete. He's called the king of the NIL, and he's killing it. He's just taking everything he can and just. And the other thing, if anybody's watching an athlete, take stuff that's not just money. If somebody's offering you, hey, we'll give you free hotel rooms for the next 4 years in college, take it.
That. Yeah.
That's money. I mean, if they're offering you free product. One deal I got, it's a studio up in Chapel Hill for my guys, and it's a massage therapy, sports. Mm-hmm. They get free massages. They get, hydrotherapy. They get all kind of.
You need that.
Chirotherapy. They get all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah,
that's important.
And one of the dads was like, "No, you're taking it," and I was like, "Thank you. It's not just money. It's you get free therapy. You get free all kind of stuff." So I mean. That's something I think people need to start taking advantage of as well.
That's good for the body. That's recovery and everything.
It's a recovery studio. Yeah, and they're good people. And I also look for same thing with businesses, not just athletes. The business has to be reputable and a good business. And we about did one in the bowl game. UNC played South Carolina, and I had 2 athletes playing that bowl game. So I went to this restaurant. I won't say the name. In Charlotte, we're going to do an autograph signing there. Mm-hmm. And somebody called me and said, don't do business with this guy. He's not paying this. He's not paying people that are working for him. Oh, wow. He's not well known. And so my athlete called me as well and said, hey, I heard the exact same thing. I don't want to do it. And I was like, no, we're not going to do it then. So we make sure to partner with businesses that are reputable, that do good things in the community and everything as well.
That's hot. That's hot. One day when Grandosiá TV get to where we going, we definitely going to be calling the Sumner Group. They get us out there on the marketing scale. Because I know y'all do because I do all social media stuff for all the athletes.
Social media.
Build everything.
We get our clients to do ads on here. You got to start doing ads for people, man. Just,
we going to talk. We definitely going to talk.
You got to do some big things like that.
Got to, man. So we going to figure some things out and how we can push things forward. See, this is why I love being in the show space. You never know who you going to meet out here.
Listen, you got to start putting some drama on the show. Getting some other coaches that don't like me, maybe. You get some drama going. Because I wear the suit. I don't think people like that I wear a suit.
Wear the suit, yeah.
I've heard that annoys people a little bit, so I'm going to continue to wear the suit.
Make sure you do. The drama is always what sells in basketball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It sells. And make sure you talk this year, man. You is the defending champion coach. You got to talk.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not jinxing myself. That Southwest game already got moved to Ashbrook on a Friday night.
It did? Oh, so y'all did get moved.
Yeah. Coach Rhodes, that was a good move. Yes. I appreciate you doing that. That was smart. To Ashbrook on a Friday night.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That place is going to probably be packed.
Very much.
They're going to
so.
want us. They are going to be hungry. I'm
And
sure.
and their 8th grade point guard is, it's supposed to be his swan song or whatever and breakout.
He is really good.
Yes, I think he got a little bit taller too.
I'm sure.
And I know he's gonna be a little bit more aggressive. He played football this year, and he was really aggressive out there. So it's gonna be.
Who was your best player last year? What was the kid's name? It was like Z-Man, but it wasn't.
Z Phillips. He's still there.
Yeah. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, Z
That
Phillips.
kid's tough.
He's still there.
Yep.
He's still there. The only thing that I think they lost is size. Like
Yep.
they lost Little John, they lost some other big guys or whatever. They lost size. So I think this year they probably gonna be more depending on they'll be more dependent on speed. Now they did take one of York Chester big men, and he's over there. But,
We'll see how it goes, man.
See how it goes.
I really do. I'll tell you this. I enjoy middle school basketball more than I ever thought I would.
Really?
Yeah. When I took the job, I wasn't sure. And my friend who keeps our score all the time says middle school basketball is one of the most fun things to watch because they're bad enough to keep it interesting, but they're just good enough to keep it interesting. So it's literally just like
hand in
they'll do
hand.
something so dumb, and then all of a sudden it's so amazing the next play. And
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and the passion the kids play with, and they want to win.
A lot more passion, yes.
And winning that championship with their, just seeing how happy they were
Mm-hmm.
made me so happy. Like just seeing like that's how bad they wanted it. I mean, the tears when we lost to Southwest the first time, the anger in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, guys, it's okay.
It's one game.
We're okay.
One
We
game.
went 8 of 20 from the free throw line with 18 turnovers. Like we're okay.
Yeah, I heard y'all should have won that game. I heard y'all should have blew them out. That's what I heard.
I'm not gonna say that because they were a good team, but we did play very poorly. But they were like that. The Southwest crowd wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember seeing Boom Boom before the game. We're gonna kill y'all. You know,
Yeah.
That makes you want to win even more.
Yeah.
But middle school basketball, as you know, is one of the most fun. Parents.
Oh, they talk now.
Oh yeah,
They talk.
I've learned.
When I was coaching the school I was at last year, I never understood why the crowd behind me is the away crowd and the crowd on the other side of me is the home crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been like that for years. But when we was playing Southwest,
Ooh,
I
that'd be
heard
fun.
I heard a lot of words was being shared with me, and it didn't make it no better that I had somebody come ask me before the game. They said you said you got the better Z-Man. I said, yeah. I mean, what you want me to say? No.
Yeah, that's your
I mean,
player,
yeah, I do.
I used to tell people KJ was the best player in the county. I didn't care. I mean,
Right.
no disrespect to anybody else.
Right.
Z-Man was great. Z Phillips was great, but I mean,
But I said I got the better one. And I took a Shannon Sharp saying when he used to play for my beloved Baltimore Ravens. I told him, I'm coming with my drum into the Lions Den. I want you woke. I want you ready. And I'm not sneaking up on nobody.
did y'all play at Southwest?
We played at York Chester.
Ooh,
And so he looked at me, the guy who came to me, he looked at me like, you crazy. I said, go tell them the message. And then I went in the locker room because, kids today, I call it the LeBron James effect. Kids today want to be friendly with everybody.
Yes.
And so they end up talking. So some things you may say in practice is like Vegas.
They're
What
gonna
goes on in
tell 'em.
Vegas. Right.
Mhm.
So they tell them. And so what was said to me from the guy that was there watching the game was something that was leaked out of my locker room.
Mhm.
So I went in my locker room like flipping. And I'm like, you want to be on their side? Get out now and you go join their team. And everybody was in the locker room like, what didn't happen? So we came out on fire. It just by halftime, it's like
They were good, man.
Yeah.
That press was good. They were
Yeah.
tough. That's the problem I have. They are all friends together. They text throughout the game, or text before the game and stuff.
or sitting with each other. I'm like, why you sitting with the enemy? But they don't look at it that way no more.
No, they're all best friends.
Yeah.
They're all
Hey,
I
you
mean-
buddies.
It's middle school. Parents take it serious though. I mean,
That's probably like the worst thing about sports, high school down. Parents be serious.
I get it. It's your child. I understand, but I mean, my AD's rule is give it 24 hours and then you can contact him,
Yeah.
but don't contact the coach because you can calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's I'm sure I'll be the same. I hope not. I hope I'm not that parent. I hope not. I don't want to embarrass my kid or.
I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you. You gonna be that parent because even with my son, my youngest son, he trains a lot, and my man Tremaine Stevenson Gym. Shout outs to Tremaine.
Yep.
My man Scott is over there as his trainer, and where he was, I knew the talent in him because he's my son. But where he's now, he's a whole lot better. But when he played with certain teams and he don't get the run I think he should get, I voice my opinion or I say something or whatever. But I'm on him as well though. Like I said, you got to put the work in too. But I voice my opinion on coaches, even with me coaching my sons, I voice my opinion to the head coach sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like, so as a parent, I get it because you know what's in them. Like, it's up to the kid to bring it out.
I think the tough thing about middle school is these parents will understand, like, middle schoolers are middle schoolers. They're going to do what they want to do. And we've had kids take shots in games before and like, coach, I'm like, I didn't tell them to do that. Like, I didn't tell them to shoot a step back 30-footer. We were running the motion, you know, or, I mean, it's just, that's the thing I think gets me is like, it's middle school. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to not run plays. They're going to do certain things. And, but for the most part, Belmont's been pretty good to me. I'm not from Belmont. I went to Cramerton Middle School. I live in Gastonia, but they've embraced me. My AD has been phenomenal.
Gotcha.
I mean, he understands I have another job.
Gotcha.
But I do enjoy middle school sports probably more than I should.
Yeah.
Wearing a suit's probably too much. And no technical fouls, though.
There you go.
I've thrown my jacket twice.
Oh, man.
Because of the ref, because of one of my players.
Gotcha.
We had a player shoot a three. My first year there, we were up 6, a minute left, and he could not shoot. He was our big man, Sully Absher. You're going to Notre Dame. I remember the play exactly. WC Friday. He pulled a 3. You know, big Sully going to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You know, it was like my first or second game at Belmont.
They're like, Coach, I got to get it in now, man. I may not get this chance later.
That's the other great thing, though, if you're ever thinking about getting middle school coaching, anybody watching, seeing the kids grow up.
Yes.
Going to see them play at South Point.
Yeah.
My assistant coach has gone to like 6. I've been to 1 this year, but, you know, knowing they're seniors, my first teamers, they're all seniors. Jaquise, Jaden, Sully, Aaron, all those guys. And they're older now. It's cool to see them come back and they still remember who you are. And so that's probably the coolest part. I'm really excited to see how they do this year in basketball. Football, they were good. But basketball, I think South Point's pretty legit. So
yeah, they balling from what I heard.
They can just keep their talent, man. They've lost
so much.
So many guys going to different schools.
Especially with the charter schools with basketball. But I think with charter schools, you can get an NIL deal, can't you?
I think you get an NIL deal anyway. I'm pretty sure. I think NC allows people to get NIL deals because that Robert Dillingham kid is I think he transferred. I think he's out in California now. But
because then another guy come from California, played for Lake Norman Charter.
That was oh god, I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
he went for 1 year, I think.
Yeah. I think he had like I think him and his sister both has NIL deals. And now, they back across in California doing anything or whatever.
We just need Gaston County Hoopers to stay in Gaston County.
Definitely.
Gaston County has great talent. We really do.
Well, I think, but too, with that, before I let you go, Gaston County, I think, got to open up the reins a little bit more too, though. Like, let's do a little bit more. Let coaches do more. Yeah. Like, let us as basketball coaches, football coaches, let us open it up and do more too as well. And I think some of the people will stay.
Oh, yeah. I think we also need a really good AAU center type thing. Take one of these old warehouses and put like 8 courts in there.
Yeah.
And let AAU teams come in here. And
we don't got to keep traveling all the time. We can keep talent here. You're right. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Even with football, too.
That. Yeah. Build something, they will come.
Yes.
Says, right?
Yes, that's what they always say. You build it and they will come. Man, it's been fun talking to you, man. It's been fun learning more about NIL deals. Anything for the people before we let you go? About marketing, about the Sumner Group. How can they find you?
SumnerGroup.com is our website. Sumner Group, SUMNER, on all social media. Sumner Sports is my division. So, if you need marketing, there's nobody better in the business. I'll tell you that. And if you love basketball and live near Belmont, Belmont Middle School is a great place to be. It's wonderful. And I love it. So come on down.
No pressure.
Nope. And my AD did say if I don't win this year, I'm in some trouble. So,
man, real pressure.
Hopefully he was kidding.
Right.
G, if you're watching.
Right.
Hopefully you were kidding.
Well, that's what's up, man. Pat, man, it's been real. Glad you came by, man. Thanks for educating the people. And with that being said, Grandosiá TV, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. So when we go live, you get all the up-to-date videos. And we out.